Do you hear me? A good morning all. Thank you for coming. This is an important press conference, and I thank you all for your interest and your presence here today. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Paul Bulcke. I'm the CEO of Nestle Worldwide from Switzerland. And I have here with me on the table first Etienne Bennett, who is the Managing Director of Nestle here in India. I have here to my left Sidani Hegde, who is Managing Director of Nestle Sri Lanka, not only for a few months, but who has been responsible for Nestle, for Maggi noodles here in India for more than 15 years. I would say she's the mother of the Maggi noodle brand here in India. And we have on my right Sanjay Kakuria, Head of Corporate Affairs here in Nestle in India. Now, I have mentioned that this is an important press conference, and I want to speak here about the Nestle noodles, Maggi noodles here in India. They have been heavy in the press, and if I see you all here, I can understand that you have a keen interest. It has been heavy in the press in negative terms lately. I would say we felt that Nestle unfounded reasons, but it has led to confusion, and I would say something fundamental that is very close, and our first priority, trust of our consumers, has been shaken, and that's why I'm here. That's why I came also from Switzerland to observe and see, analyze the situation and take decisions. And you have seen already with yesterday the decisions that have been taken. We found that the trust of the consumers and the safety and quality of our products, which is our foremost priority, has been shaken here. Unfortunately, I must say, recent developments and growing concerns about the product has led to that confusion, and that has then given us this feeling that there was not the environment anymore to provide an atmosphere that has the trust of the consumers, and that's why we have decided to take the product out of the market temporarily. I must say, the product, the Maggi noodles in India, are safe for consumption. And that may sound very hard, very affirmative, and it is. And we base that Nestle applies, I must say, the same quality standards and the same procedures and safety and quality assurance methods everywhere in the world, the same. And that applies prominently also for the Maggi noodles here in India. But responding to the recent events and worries, we have extended with additional tests. Over 1,000 batches of Maggi noodles have been tested in the last days. And we have actually extended them even with complementary tests with third parties accredited labs and laboratoria. With 650 other batches have been tested. And all results that came out of this indicate that the Maggi noodles are safe for consumption and are well within the regulatory limits established here in India. And we have shared these results with authorities, and we have been also linked up online with the broader public on this issue. And now there's additionally an issue on the added MSG that is stated on the label. We do not add MSG in the Maggi noodles, but it is some ingredients like groundnut proteins, like also onion powder and wheat flour, have or contain glutamate in a natural way, and as such may be present in, or are present in the product. But we do not add MSG to the product as stated. Now, that may lead to confusion, apparently has led to confusion, and that's why we also decided to take from now the mention of no added MSG from the label, not to have that confusion. So that's where we are. So first, the Maggi noodles in Nestle India are safe for consumption. The atmosphere and environment that's not conducive. Trust has been shaken, therefore it's not inducive, we felt to have our product on the shelf, in spite of the product being safe. I said, product quality and safety for Nestle is paramount. It's first priority. That translates in trust with consumers. That trust is shaken. And it is now our attention, and with the consumer in mind, that we're going to work and do everything in our what it takes, everything what it takes, to work also and to clarify with the authorities the situation, and to have the Maggi noodles back on the shelves as soon as possible. I think that's what we said yesterday in our statement. That is what I want to share with you. Looking at you, that's what we will do now. There's many things to do, and I feel the first priority is engage with all stakeholders to clarify what we feel and found in confusion. I'm now open for a few questions. You know, there's a few.
That's going to be a little difficult because so many people. Can you please write the questions? I can take one or two while the others write the questions.
I'm sure, let's take one by one. I'm sure the questions are all more or less the same, so a few questions we're going to have many questions.
Sit down.
Hi, this is Preetika from the Wall Street Journal. I have two questions. One is, why has it taken Nestle 2 weeks to do a press conference? And second is, are you all stopping production of the noodles? Could you give us a time frame of what is happening exactly? Has the production been stopped across all factories?
First question, why it took some time? Because we have been in intensive discussions, and as you can imagine, with the authorities to clarify, to show our arguments, and to show our tests that we have intensified. We have permanent tests that we can deliver straight up every time. As the dogs started to prevail or to trade in the market, we have been in intensive discussions with the local and the national authorities to say, look, we wait for firm results. We don't have actually notification of any results of any tests done by third parties or by authorities. We don't have that. You can imagine we're not going to do a press conference if we don't have the data, or there's speculation, there's only media, and we have to learn from media apparent decisions, so you can understand that we privilege first the direct relationship before we go public. We felt that we got to a point that the consumer trust was shaken. And that we know now. And we have to establish that trust. That's our first priority. That's why we're sitting here. That's why we take the product out of the shelf. Having the product safe. Because we privilege that relationship. To see the relationship with the consumer. Now the other question. Look, we have all interest to clarify the situation as soon as possible with the government. I think there are rational arguments, we are rational people, and I'm very confident that we're going to be back as soon as possible. That's our right objective.
Hi, I am Rakshit from ABP News.
Please stand up that people see you.
Yeah, Mr. Paul, I have a question.
Sit down.
Lead has been found of tuned to 8 to 10 times of the permissible limit in Maggi. So where did that lead came from? Is it because of the packaging material that Maggi is packed in, or either it is because of water contamination, or what is the reason behind that? And now since, this is another question, now since UK have also said of testing Maggi noodles, so is it a global crisis for Nestle?
First of all, we didn't have in all our tests any test that came out with these results. So that's where we have to share and see why. We also know there is methodologies. What do you test? Clearly, if you test only one part of a product, like the spices per se, that you may get certain other results. Although, there again, we have way below the normal permitted limits. So there's confusion about how you test a product like that, and also results. But then you have to have notification of the results to be able to share that.
So, are you questioning the test laboratories in India? Are you raising a question over the testing laboratories in India?
I don't understand the question, sorry.
Are you raising a question over the testing laboratories in India?
Oh no, whatsoever. Look, it's only when you pull them together and see, and then trying to know why the difference may be exist, that you can get to conclusions. We don't have that in our hands now, but that's why we're going to wait as soon as possible.
And my another question was related to the tests that are being conducted in UK.
Sir, this is Balkrishna from Aaj the TV channel. My question is that you said that in your test that you have done independently, you found Maggi to be safe and no MSG and no lead. So are you going to approach court against that test that done by India, different labs? And the second question is, do you think that there is a design to malign the image of Nestle?
Can you repeat the question?
My question is that you said that in the test done independently by Nestle, you found Maggi to be safe and that there was no MSG or lead. So are you saying that all the tests done in India are wrong, and are you going to approach the Indian courts against those tests because Nestle has suffered huge losses because of those tests? And the second thing is, do you think there is a design to malign the image of Maggi? And which are the countries where you export Maggi made in India? Are you also going to take Maggi off the shelves in those countries also?
Let's just take this question and then we'll move.
Sir, Mahila first.
So, if I have understood your question right, what you are really saying is that are we challenging the testing methodology?
क्या आप इस टेस्ट को हिंदुस्तान के कोर्ट में चैलेंज करेंगे क्योंकि उन टेस्ट की वजह से आप कह रहे हैं कि हिंदुस्तान की लैब से टेस्ट में गलत है, अगर ऐसा है तो क्या आप चैलेंज करेंगे?
हम रेगुलेटर के साथ एंगेज कर रहे हैं और समझने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि उन्होंने जो टेस्ट किए हैं वो कैसे किए हैं, क्या मेथोडोलॉजी है। जो हमने 1000 बैचेस टेस्ट किए हैं उसमें लेड नहीं निकला। हम उनसे बात करके देख रहे हैं कि उन्होंने कौन से टेस्ट किए और हमने कौन से टेस्ट किए हैं, ताकि ये क्लैरिफिकेशन मिल सके और इश्यू रिजॉल्व हो सके। हाँ, पब्लिक करेंगे। हमारे वेबसाइट के ऊपर अगर आप जाएंगे तो आपको रिपोर्ट्स दिख जाएंगी।
Okay, can we take the question then, please?
Excuse me, sir.
One round.
From your corporate guidance.
No, I would say we would not venture in speculation on that. I'm sure one thing, all people involved, authorities that know, have one thing in mind, the safety of the consumer. And they do what they have to do, and they have taken decisions that we found, if we share our data, are unfounded per se. But I'm sure they do, and they take up their responsibility very, very seriously. I would be the last person here to start doubting or speaking about speculation. That's not how we operate. What we want to do is share with full transparency all our data that are, with the additional tests we've done, very extensive, and share that, share methodology, share etc. I think this is a result of unfortunate confusion that has spilled out and that we have to confront. And that's why we retake the product from the shelf, because there's not an environment, as you can imagine. You see just this room, all the people who are in here. This is something that is hot. We want to settle down, clarify the situation, clarify the divergence in the results. We want to see the results on which the authorities have based their decisions, and I repeat that they took with full responsibility and sure for us now to sit together and clarify. We honor the Indian consumer to do that. We honor the trust they have put in the Maggi noodles for more than 30 years. We honor the consumer, a clear response.
So my name is Advi, I'm from Times Now. So you have been trying to justify yourself by saying that Maggi is safe to consume.
if you did know that the Indian labs have tested positive as far as the excess lead in Maggi is concerned. So why even now are you continuing to say that Maggi is safe to be consumed, where the Indian states have come out with reports which have categorically mentioned that it is not safe to be consumed, and that's why most of the states have also banned the sale and consumption of Maggi. And B, if you really feel that Maggi is safe to be consumed, why is Nestle trying to take this moral high ground by taking Maggi off the shelves in the country?
I repeat, we are affirmative to say, with all the tests we have done, and they have been extremely extensive lately, all indications that we are way below the limits, and the product is safe for consumption. And that is the base on which we say that we can say that our product is safe. There may, apparently there are indications, we don't have that notified in our hands today, that the product is tested differently, maybe through different methods of reading, that we want to share and clarify. We are applying quality assurance and safety measures and standards that we apply everywhere in the world, that we have applied for more than 100 years here in India to secure our first priority, safety and quality of our products. These results are conclusive for us. We want to share them with the authorities to clarify. I think this is a matter of clarification and sitting together and frame and create again this stressful issue. That's what we're up to. That is what we want to do. We take it off the shelf because we don't feel, if you see and you feel the environment, you feel the consumer distrust and confusion with all that they read. We say, and we have been very explicit saying, whether it is safe. We have authorities that say, watch, we are not sure. We hear things, we do precautionary. We take it from the precaution. We don't have to. Precaution we take from the shelf. That approach of statements doesn't help. We are a company that lives on the trust of consumers. When that trust is temporarily shaken, it's only responsible for a company like ours to say, well, we take it from the shelf until we clarify. And that's what we have done. It is a trust of the consumer. It is the consumer in mind that has been prevalent in this decision. I think it's the right decision, and I hope it's going to be short-lived in the sense that we can clarify as soon as possible to have the developed Maggi noodles back on the shelf.
This is last. So, this is from PD. I have been waiting to ask a question. Over here. First, can you just give us an idea about the total number of batches and the package that you are withdrawing from the market? How many million packets would that be? Number one. And number two, can you please explain about the methodology of your test? Because I was just going through the certificate that you have put it out. So the certificate is that for 75 grams of Maggi that you have tested, do you have the certificates? So about the 1,000 odd packets that you have tested. So how do you extrapolate from that 75 grams to how many packets did how do I just explain the methodology to us?
Hello. Yeah, regarding the number of packets or the volume, etc., this we will not say anything special for the moment because these are details. We have stock in the market. We have not also disclosed how long it will take to take the products off the shelves. Again, this will be a nationwide operation, and of course you can imagine with the distribution that we have in the different states, it will be heavy work. And again, we do that based on the consumer trust. We want this consumer trust, and we are taking this responsibly. So that's the decision we have taken. Now, further details will be communicated, but it's too early for the moment to talk about it. Thank you.
I am Supriya Srinath from ET now, right here.
Sorry, we have a second
question which you asked. You basically asked the question about how many batches have you analyzed? That was the question? Perfect. I got your question. The 75 gram which you read on the report actually is the pack size. It would be 70, not 75. And what we have done is we have done more than 1,000 batches, out of which 600 batches have been done by external accredited laboratories. What number you will see there, 12.5 crores, 125 million, that we have all the batches which have been analyzed till today, the number which you see on the side translates to 12.5 crores packs in the market.